Forex Football and You, a guide to becoming a winning player in the market. This is video number 3, and let's go over the strategy or the goal of scoring points. I'm Daniel, and I will be sharing with you what it takes to become a good player, a good team in football, and what it takes to become a good trader in the Forex market. Now, the strategy or the goal of a football team is to score points. The first part of that strategy, though, is they must be able to score yardage or get yardage on a field. This is a gridiron, a typical football gridiron made up of a 100-yard field, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50-yard line, and so on. When you hear the announcer talking about a football team or a football game and they say, XYZ team has the ball on their own 20-yard line. They are getting ready to try to march down the field and score some points. They would start, let's say, on this yard line, and you've got the football, and they're trying to take the football this direction. They have an offensive team on the field made up of linemen, wide receivers, running backs, and the quarterback. And so this 11-member team offensively are trying to get the ball down the field yard by yard, play by play, and they have 4 downs, okay? So they have 4 chances to try to get what's called a first down, which would be to get it to the 30-yard line, okay? So if they got a first down at the 30-yard line, they would have 4 more downs to get it 10 more yards to the 40-yard line or more. So there are plays developed, strategies given. There are things that the coaches teach these offensive players as to how to exploit the defense. On the other hand, the defensive team is trying to keep these guys from getting down the field. Their job is to get to the running back or to intercept a pass from the wide receiver, whatever it takes to stop the offense from coming down the field. So the defense is trying to keep the offense from getting a first down. So let's just say that the offense does get a first down at the 30, and then they march to the 50 and get another first down, and then the 40 and get a first down, and then the defense stops them. Why does it make it easier for the defense to stop the offense the further they get down the field? Because the field gets shorter. The closer the offense gets to the goal line, the less field the defense has to cover. So they've got 11 men also on defense, and they can spread these men out. They have less of a field to cover. So as the offense marches down the field, it gets a little bit easier for the defense to cover the field. However, the offense is closer to the goal line. So there are advantages and disadvantages to being on offense and defense, but that's the whole strategy, is to get in the goal line. If the offense can't get in the goal line and they're close enough, they can kick a field goal through the uprights and score less points than they would if they were to score a touchdown. Of course, a field goal being worth 3 points, a touchdown being worth 6 points plus the extra point, making it 7. Now, the defense would love to take the ball away from the offense on a turnover, a fumble, an interception, and run it back as close as they can to this goal line so that when they do that, now the team switch places. The defense comes on the field for the offense that was going this direction. The offense comes on the field for this team, and now they are trying to get it in the goal line as well. So it's always a change-up of defense, offense. It's always offense against defense. They are trying to outwit and out-strategize and outsmart their opponents. Now, if we look at trading, we have actually a strategy of scoring pips. So as football is really a game of yards, the more yards you get and the more yards you gain, the closer you are to your goal of scoring points. We look at scoring pips in our goal of trading. So we want to try to get in the market and anticipate the market moving in a certain direction and scoring pips. When the market is trending downward like this, we would say that the offense would be the Bears. The Bears are in control. We have a battle here. There's really no clear direction, but then the Bears break out, almost like a long pass that was thrown by the offense, and the Bears take over, and the defense is on their heels, and the defense cannot stop them from moving. So they achieve from this price, looking at a pound US dollar 1-hour chart, they go from 54.50 to 5400 to 5300 53.50 all the way to 5300 and down to 52.50 with very little resistance. But then we stall at 52.50 and the defense takes a stand and says, okay, you're not going any further, we're going to stop you. And it's the defense's job, the Bulls' job now, to come in and try to take the momentum away from the Bears and to try to get this thing turned in the other direction, just like they did on this side of the chart where we were trending down. The Bulls took the ball, so to speak, from the Bears, and the momentum changed, and they drove price back up off of this 53.50 level. And we struggled around this level for a time, came up here, and the Bears took the ball again and drove it down to 5300. But here we had a very strong bull stand. They took the momentum away from the Bears, drove price up, and as you can see, just like on the gridiron, where you have teams trying to score yards of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and on to get to the goal, the Bears and the Bulls are trying to achieve the same thing. So as soon as one is in control, the other is always trying to stop them on defense. So I consider when you're trading with this type of trend, you are really an offensive trader. When you're trying to see where price might stop, okay, and you're saying, I think price might stop here, so I'm going to go the opposite way, you have now become a defensive trader. You are thinking this is the area, let's say, that the Bulls are going to come in and they are going to take the ball. Now, here's the key. When you're trading defensively, you need your teammates to come to your rescue. You need other Bulls to come into the market and help that particular price hold and reverse that momentum. When you are going to go with a breakout, let's say, of this, and a retest maybe of this price, and you say, I'm going to sell here, okay? You are banking that other bears are going to continue to come to your aid and going to go with you, and you are looking, I am getting on the bear team right now because I think the Bears are in control. We have the ball, and we are going to go after 5,400, and then we're going to go after 5,350, and on and on. That is your strategy when it comes to scoring pips in this market. You are either a bull or a bear, which basically you are either going to say, I believe price is going to stop here, you become a defensive trader, or I believe price is going to go here because of the momentum, I am an offensive trader. And another thing you have to be aware of is the environment. Is the environment in trading a range like this, or are we in a trending market? Because if you develop a model that is a range-based model, trading that the market's going to be contained by certain price areas, and you basically are trading defensively, that I can, price is going to stop here and price is going to stop here, and then the market starts trending, your model's not going to work well in that environment. You have to know the environment you're in, just like on a football team. The coach scouts out his team. He knows his weaknesses, he knows his strength. When he goes to play another football team, he has viewed film and he knows their weaknesses and their strengths. However, there's one thing he cannot know what the environment is going to be, and he cannot know whether it's going to rain or whether it's going to be sleeting or whether it's going to be sunny. Now, if you play inside, then yeah, you've kind of got a little bit better. If you play in a dome, you've got a little bit better guesstimation of what's going to happen as far as the environment goes. But you might not be able to anticipate how loud the crowd's going to be that day. It could be very hot in there, and you're not used to playing in that kind of temperature. There are a lot of variables that make up an environment when it comes to playing football. Well, there are a lot of variables that make up to trading, news events that come out into the market that you're not aware of that could basically go against the position if you decide to take one position over the other. You have to understand the sentiment of the market. A lot of things come into what is the environment right now. And you sometimes you cannot know that, but when you sit down, you have to try to adapt to the environment. When a football team goes on the field, they don't know a lot of times if it's going to rain days ahead, but when they get there and it's raining, they have to adapt to that environment, try to play to their strengths in that environment. So keep that in mind. So in summary, football is a game of yards, trading is a game of prices. And there are a lot of variables and outside external factors that can affect our success or failure when it comes to making money in the market, just like it does when it comes to a team gaining yards or scoring points in a game and having a winning season. The thing is, make sure you are on the right side and a good foundation of education. is the right start. Thank you for joining me.